Ready.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome on this Sunday. An incredible interview opportunity bringing together New York and Kerala and also Dhaka. So what an international gathering on Battery Dance TV. I'm so happy. Actually, this interview was inspired by a beautiful video that Pallavi Krishnan posted the other day, in which she was dancing on the roof. Is it your house, Pallavi?
Yeah, it is our rooftop of our house in Kerala.
So we're all isolated. Sandeep, I think you have quite a big place to be isolated in, and actually so do I with my dance studios and apartment and everything. But just setting the tone, we're in these different places. We're all in isolation because of the need for social distancing and the quarantine on the coronavirus, trying to push it back, trying to control it. So that's the reason that Battery Dance went online. All of our international and local programs were curtailed because of the need for social distancing. And I know that you, Sandeep, as Consul General of India in New York, have really been pushing out the connection and with the community through your online programs. But also there's a deep connection that we have because of your vibrant programming at the consulate. From the time you arrived till now, you have made the consulate a place of culture. And so I wanted to have you involved in this conversation. And also you're the link with the Bengali poet Tagore and with Dhaka because you served there as well. So this is a kind of reunion of sorts. So Sandeep, let me start off with you. What role do you feel that culture and the arts play, particularly at a time of crisis like the one that we're experiencing now?
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Namaskar, Pallavi ji. Assalamu alaikum, Samuel bhai. Good to see you after many years.
Yes.
And Jonathan is a great promoter of the arts, and what I like about him is that his vision of arts is very wide, and it involves all forms, and not only dance but also music and other arts. So it's a wonderful opportunity for me to discuss arts as in general, and particularly in these trying and testing times. Jonathan, I feel that this is a moment in history or in our lives when if there is anything to fall back upon, it is our arts, our culture, our our traditions, our history, our philosophy. I think this is the only these are the only wealth that matters. COVID in a very gruesome way has showed that many other things which we thought were very important are not really important, and many billionaires have become paupers, and many poor people by the generosity of their heart have now actually become the richest people in the world. So I believe that the arts are our the greatest resource, and I personally all of us maybe at this moment are actually relying on arts to maintain our stability and not become insane, whether it is music or dance or or reading or writing or poetry, whatever form of art there is. All of us are recoursing to art. And I have tried in my online programming. It is difficult to do online arts. It's a arts is a more physical kind of experience. But thanks to technology, there is so much of innovation going on in these last few weeks, and I have tried to take arts and do things online. And as you know, we have this Bathak at a Consulate series in which you have also participated and attended. So I am seriously now thinking of launching Bathak at the Consulate online, and you will see very soon. We will come with programming, and we have started with all kinds of programming for the arts, whether it is book reading or teaching of dance. Classical dance maybe is difficult, but But it's not impossible. My own daughter learns Bharatanatyam on Skype every day. We will try to move that online. So I think a lot of arts is available. And a lot of museums and even Broadway plays are now available free of cost. So it's a great opportunity in that way. Every challenge is an opportunity. And I think the quicker we adapt to it, because we don't know how long this will last, and maybe the change it brings about is permanent in many ways. So I think all artists need to adapt themselves to this new form of reaching out to the public. And I'm so happy Battery Dance is doing that. And I was delighted to see the video of Pallavi ji, a wonderful, wonderful dance, wonderful music. And I showed that video to a lot of people, including my wife, and we very much liked the way she could convey the essence of the song through her gestures and her postures. Wonderful. And
So let's move to Pallavi. I'm going to give a slight introduction here because she's too modest to do so herself. But Pallavi is such a rare dancer, actress. We saw this in New York because we presented her at the Battery Dance Festival. She was part of Erasing Borders Festival of Indian Dance. And to be totally frank, the form of Mohiniyattam was never my favorite of the 8 classical dance forms of India until I saw Pallavi. And then I saw that the form could be melded and shaped in such a way that it became so expressive. I remember every moment of her performance. And also this link between Tagore in, Shantini Ketan, the education there, Tagore's University, and then moving to Kerala Kalamandalam. So a rare artist in India to have these advanced degrees from 2 institutions at opposite ends of the Indian subcontinent, and bringing in forms that, in a way, the exposure to Kathakali as well as Mohiniyattam for a woman is rare. So I think what happened is I was in front of my computer and on Facebook, and all of a sudden I saw this 3-minute dance, and I was totally entranced. And of course, on the wall back there, you see a poster, and you can't read it, but it's my Songs of Tagore from 1995 that toured 17 cities in India and Sri Lanka and all over Europe and the United States. So I have this Tagore background, and I Tagore was brought to me on my computer by Pallavi. So Pallavi, I'd love you to talk about what inspired you to tape that particular dance, that particular song, and in the lush background. We're going to be seeing that right after our interview, so everybody will have a chance to experience it. But what was the moment during the coronavirus isolation that caused you to dig deep and to come out with that beautiful, beautiful rendering?
Okay, so first of all, why I did this dance at this very critical stage where everybody is locked down. So for creative artists like us, we have a lot of creative energy. And, if we don't drain or, channelize this creative energy in proper way, it affects our body and mind. I'm very much affected if I'm not doing anything else as sitting idle. Not practicing, not creating. It's very difficult for me.
very difficult.
I wanted to do something, some experimentation. So I took this song. I have many favorite songs, Ravindra Sangeet, but this is one of them. Okay, and actually, all the Ravindra Sangeets are unique. This song, but you cannot dance with all Ravindra Sangeet. Have to choose. So this one is I like the tune. First of all, I like the theme.
Beautiful.
Because the theme is it for Ravindra Sangeet and Jayadeva's Ashtapadi and Swadhi Tirunal Kritis, they sound very worldly, but they have a sublime spiritual aspect. So that one has to understand. So here, I'm just Shoti oi buji bashi baje. So it's a very simple thing, bono maje, ki mono maje. So my, she's saying, oh, my Sakhi, I can hear the melody of flute. Is it from the woods, or is my mind playing? So here, the Nayika is Abhisarika. According to Natyashastra, there are 8 Nayikas, and you can see shades of all the Nayikas in different, compositions of Rabindranath Tagore.
But
here-
watching your face go through all these expressions, like in Western dance, we don't use the face that way. It's much more subtle what we do when we are at. We're not trained to use our faces this way. But I will say that when we watch you, it seems natural. It doesn't seem like an artificial thing that you have learned. It seems to come from
because
inside.
Indian classical dance has 2 aspects. One is Abhinaya, one is technique. Both are very important. So this is Abhisarika Nayika, where she goes in search of her beloved. So who is the beloved? So now Krishna. To me, Krishna is the beloved. So who goes in search of him? Anyone, either Radha or any Sakhi or any of us. And the melody of flute is the path to merge with Krishna, to become one. So here, so that is why when she becomes one with Krishna, that time she feels that she cannot differentiate or separate herself from Krishna. So she is feeling that whether Krishna is playing the flute, it is my mind is playing, my soul is playing. So at the end, and when she becomes one with Krishna, that time I show this, and then becomes one with Krishna, and she joins her soul. So maybe it is the concept of Jivatma or Paramatma, I don't know, but to me, I felt whatever I felt, I depicted through my dance.
But I think you're touching on the subject of what we all have to do, as Sandeep was mentioning before. We have to search for some connection now. All of our traditional pathways in life, hurry, scurry all over the place and meeting people all day long, and all of a sudden we're forced within. We have our family members or whoever we're sequestered with, but we're cut off from the physical presence of everyone else. So in a way, this digging into something very deep in your core, that comes through in your dance. One practical thing that I'm sure people will be wondering, you're dancing barefoot and you're dancing on a surface that is definitely not a stage surface. Was that difficult for you?
No, because we are used to, we don't always dance on wooden floor. We, in Kerala, Kalamandalam, how we had to dance on very rough, surface, and sometimes we had to perform also on very rough surface. So we grew up like that. So it's not a very difficult thing for me.
So this is the ironic thing. Here you are, the elite, highest level of dancer with the full training, and yet you're so humble that you don't put up a fuss when it comes to dancing in very rough circumstances, and we saw that. You transcended it almost in a spiritual way. So, Palak, I wanted to bring you in. I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see many dancers and artists, they are creating and, sharing their creations and their practice on social media. This is the way they are, conveying their message, that the positivity. So they are just trying to convey.
We definitely need that. Yeah. So Palak, you and I worked together in Dhaka in 2018, and I was so impressed by the fact that you brought in a whole sense of scenario and scenography into a short video that we will also show on this at the end of this interview, called The Dreamer. And we were working with a Bangladeshi singer who specializes in Tagore songs and updating them. Right. And he reached out to me 6 months earlier and said, you're coming to Dhaka, we have to work together. And I was very busy with all the logistics of what we were going to do at the Shilpakala Academy and teaching workshops and performing and so forth. And I was like, okay, we'll do it. We'll do something on a spontaneous level. But you walked in and you brought a scenario, you brought a rationale for this American dance company and a Bangladeshi singer. And it made it all make sense. And all of a sudden, over the past couple of years, that video has been seen 100,000 times. So it's gone viral. And why would Tagore go viral? And what is it what is your connection with Tagore?
First, I would like to say namaskar to Your Excellency Sandeep Da. I used to call him Dada. Can I stick to it?
Yes, of course. Why not? Of course.
Hi, Jonathan, Pallavi, namaste. The thing why Tagore is relevant, okay, he is universal. He actually timeless. In all his prose, poems, songs, literature, and whatever he has created in his lifetime, that is beyond time. He was someone who actually ahead of his time, and it is always relevant to us. And being a born guy, I can think beyond like Rabindranath Tagore. And about the dreamer, when I saw it was in the process, so and you are so dramatical and you love theater, so I just wanted to make a story that all of a sudden everyone is dancing on a Tagore song. It's not that relevant, so I did it. And you are so kind and gracious that you accepted my idea. I'm humble. Thank you, Jonathan.
It wasn't a question of graciousness, it was desperation. I'm like, okay, this next day we're going to be doing this video with a Bangladeshi singer. My dancers are like, and what are you going to expect of us? We don't have any choreography. And then you came in, you walked in and said, well, I see it like this. And
so are we talking of Swapnanil? Are we talking of Swapnanil? Yeah, he's very, very, I know him for many years. And he's very experimental, and maybe at that time, at least when I was in Bangladesh, the purists didn't like his experimental approach. But I think, as Pollock is saying, he makes it then relevant to the contemporary and the young people,
Well, I have to jump in there, Sandeep, because the purists didn't like me fooling around with Tagore songs either. So they were, because in 1995, I choreographed 9 Tagore songs, and I made the songs of Tagore that I said toured. And I really knew that when I hit Kolkata, I was going to be in the hot water. I never got so much media attention in my life, but it was scary. Because every journalist started with the question, you're from New York, what are you doing with our Tagore? So back to you, Pollock. Go a little bit deeper into the experience of working with us. And working with Tagore, your whole career is as an elocutionist, speaking the words of Tagore and making them live relevant in today's world. What is the message that he has for you, especially at a time of crisis when all of humanity around the world is facing the same dangers?
Going back to Rabindranath Tagore's literature, all he just talks about the united resilience, positivity, prayer, compassion, renewed hope, and disciplined action, which is very much needed in this crisis. And Rabindranath Tagore is someone who always gives you the spirit that I don't know whether you can able to understand it or not. He write it down, Shankachero biyovolata nijere opoman, Shankater kalponate hoyo na mrioman, mukto koro bhoy, apona majhe shokti dhoro nijere koro joy. It means hold your spirit and be fearless. And this is something, a power, a message that can lead you to somewhere you wanted to go. And that's the spirit of Rabindranath Tagore, what I understand in my little senses.
But that's what we should finish our interview with, is this spirit that we all have to work together. We're all human beings on the face of the earth. We share the same resources and knowledge. And I know the scientists and medical people are every country has people in laboratories working around the clock to try to find the solution to this virus and to protect all of us against the ravages of COVID-19. So we will be showing Pallavi's beautiful video, which is going to uplift us. And we will also show The Dreamer to our audience on Battery Dance TV. I'm so grateful to the 3 of you for joining me this morning in New York, Dhaka, Kerala, and wow, this is fantastic.
Wow.
Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.
বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে সখিওই বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে সখিওই বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে বন মাঝে কি মন মাঝে বন মাঝে কি মন মাঝে সখিওই বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে বসন্ত বাই বহিছে কোথায় কোথায় ফুটেছে ফুল বলো সজনী এ সুখ রজনী কোনখানে উদিয়াছে বন মাঝে কি মন মাঝে বন মাঝে কি মন মাঝে সখিওই বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে যাব কি যাব না মিছে ভাবনা মিছে মরি লোকলাজে সখী মিছে মরি লোকলাজে কে জানে কোথা সে বিরহ হুতাশে ফিরে অভিসার সাজে বন মাঝে কি মন মাঝে বন মাঝে কি মন মাঝে সখিও বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে সখিও বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে সখিও বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে বন মাঝে কি মন মাঝে বন মাঝে কি মন মাঝে সখিও বুঝি বাঁশি বাজে
Hey dancers, so have you finished warming up? Okay, good. What I think we're going to do now is I'm going to take Unath and have you work with Robin. The two of you create Bethany, Mira, and Sean. Would you?
পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা ভুলবি কি রে হায় ও সেই চোখের দেখা প্রাণের কথা সে কি ভোলা যায় সেই চোখের দেখা, প্রাণের কথা সে কি ভোলা যায়? আয় আর একটিবার আয় রে সখা, প্রাণের মাঝে আয়, মোরা সুখের দুঃখে কথা কব, প্রাণ জুড়াবে তাই। মোরা ভোরের বেলা ফুল তুলেছি, দুলেছি দোলায়, বাজিয়ে বাঁশি গান গেয়েছি বকুলের তলায়। হায় মাঝে হলো ছাড়া ছাড়ি, গেলেম কে কোথায়, আবার দেখা যদি হলো সখা, প্রাণের মাঝে আয়। পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা ভুলবি কি রে, হায় ও সেই চোখের দেখা, প্রাণের কথা সে কি ভোলা যায়? সে কি ভোলা যায়? সে কি ভোলা যায়?
ভাই আপনি কে? দেখতে দেখা যাবে না, আপনি যান। একটু না দেখা যাবে না, প্লিজ ভাই একটু থাকুন। না না না, আপনি যান, ওঠেন ওঠেন।